Should I take the C7? No, I think I'll take the C8. Let's go grocery shopping.
I got food on my plate. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. That's right. I won't even hesitate. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. Oh, you gon' miss it if you late. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. I cook a tender sirloin steak. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. I got food on my plate. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. I won't even hesitate. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. You gon' miss it if you late. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. I cook a tender sirloin steak. In the kitchen, in the kitchen. You got snow in the kitchen.
Welcome back to my show. Today, you in the kitchen cooking with Snow. And today I got a guest, two guests, that's gonna bring us something very special today. I got Reese and Dana. Dana's gonna bring a nice drink to go with the meal that he's making today. So Reese, what are we making?
So today I'm doing something very special. I'm doing some Jamaican cuisine. We're gonna do the original jerk chicken over the seasoned cabbage with a bit of white rice. And how I do my jerk today, we're gonna do it all oven based. Everything's gonna be indoors. We're not doing anything over the grill. And I got a couple of seasonings here. Everything is rationed out, 1 tablespoon for guys who wanna maybe try this recipe at home. So starting out from left to right, we got our soy sauce. That's gonna go with the cabbage. We have our Caribbean seasoning to accent the chicken, along with some lemon juice. We have our bouillon packet, which pretty much can go on anything. It's an all-purpose seasoning. Can't go wrong with salt and pepper. We have our chicken seasoning with a little bit of garnish, 1/3 cup of flour, and just a little bit of hot sauce to spice it up. And with our rice here, we're gonna do a chicken broth instead of a water, just for flavor, because you know it's Jamaican. We want things to kind of stand out, pop. We don't want it to be bland, so it has to be really flavorful.
Okay, and normally people, when they doing that recipe, they just get probably some chicken wings and chicken legs or chicken breasts, or do you specifically have to have chicken wings?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So for this meal, I would prefer thighs or breasts, just because you can work a little bit better with the meat. You can do more with it. But for today's demonstration, we just have chicken drumsticks that we're gonna do oven style at 425 for about 30 minutes or so. We're gonna make a roux with that as well. So we're gonna broil it once we get that to and once we get it to how we like it, you know, how we want it to look.
All right, I want to ask you a question, Dana. What type of drink really goes good with this Jamaican jerk dish that Reese is cooking for us today?
Well, you know, I thought for today I'd make one of my favorite drinks, you know, the best, Jamaican rum punch, which will actually go with the dish and complement it as well. Give you guys the ingredients for that in just a second.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. So let's get this plate on the table.
Let's do it.
All right.
Easy music.
And now we got that all seasoned up, ready to go in the oven, but you got one more thing you need to add to it.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a signature of mine. Whenever I like to do oven, meats, anything like that, I like to have a gravy to go with it. So what we're gonna do now, we got our 1 cup of water. and our 1/3 cup of flour. We're gonna go ahead and mix that together. So we're gonna mix that together, and we're gonna use the bouillon cube that I was speaking of earlier. Oh, I got one. A whisk?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. So while he's getting the whisk, I'm gonna go ahead and just scoop a little bit more of this jerk into the roux itself to give it a little bit more tang, more bite, if you will.
Okay, I never done that before. You know, I used to watch my mother make gravy back in the days, and she sometimes just used the flour, pepper and salt, and a little bit of water, and she put it in a skillet, stir it up, and you know, old-fashioned way like that. But that's kind of different. I mean, I guess Reese is going out there really, really Jamaica flavored, spicy, hot jerk chicken, and I think I might need some ice water for this.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna test your taste buds here. And as you can see, our gravy, our roux is complete. So now the next step, what you need to do is, let's set that aside there. So with our roux here, we're gonna come and just fill in all these little crevices with it. Trying your best not to coat the chicken. Okay, you want to just get it underneath. You want to get it around the dish. That way, when it cooks, you'll have that seasoning of the chicken along with the seasoning of the roux.
So once that's in the oven, would that get a little thinner or will it get thicker?
So the consistency of this roux will thicken up. It's gonna become more so of a gravy texture or consistency that you would traditionally know as. The chicken will form a nice flaky, not flaky, but a nice golden finish to it. And you know, we're gonna put it in at 425 for about 30 minutes or so to make sure the chicken's done. And once that's complete, we're gonna actually bring it back out, broil it on high for about an additional 10 to 15 minutes. It's really up to the viewers' choice of how they like their chicken. But for just the sake of the video, we're gonna get it a nice golden finish to it, just so you guys can really see how it turned out.
Yeah, I normally, when I eat my chicken, I like for it to be a little bit overcooked a little bit, sometimes, not too pink inside, but kind of overcooked. So, you know, so when I use the oven a lot, I make sure I kind of cook the food, because I know most people that I cook for, they like it like that, so I kind of like it like that too. So, you know, you don't really lose a lot of flavor from doing it, cooking it a little bit longer and that like that. So what are we doing now? Putting it in the oven?
Yeah, so now it's time to go ahead. We got our oven preset to 425. We're gonna put it on the top rack because we all know that heat rises. So like I said, we want that nice golden finish to it. And it's totally up to the viewer. You can cover it, however, just for, like I said, the sake of the demonstration. We're just gonna put it straight in there and let it do what it do. We'll be back in 30 minutes.
Okay, we're back with Dana, and today she's gonna show us how to make that Jamaica rum punch. Now tell the audience, for those out there who wants to make a rum punch one day and maybe have a little Jamaican little dinner or something, you might want to check this drink out. So what we start with first?
Okay, so today we're going to start with the original clear rum. And mind you, I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to, eyeball it because it's honestly the best way to do it. So, yeah. Put it up just a tad bit.
Okay, so you got
we're going to be
ice in there.
Yes, we're going to be using 3 different rums. Too, by the way. Then we got the coconut.
And you just eyeballing it off?
Just eyeballing it, yes. But making sure everything is even and equal.
So this is going to be a really strong drink.
Okay, it's going to take care.
Okay.
Then we got the original dark rum.
Okay. So you're actually using 3 different liquors in here? You're using light rum and dark rum.
Yes, sir.
And you're also using the Malibu. Okay.
We got the pineapple juice.
Okay. So I guess you can use either probably squeezed pineapples or pineapple juice. When you're making it?
Yeah, you pretty much can use any time that you want.
Okay.
And then we're just going to shake it up.
Okay, put this on here for you.
Yes, well, you're going to pour the grenadine in
Okay.
first.
Oh.
You got to add that, colorful touch to it.
So you kind of eyeball that too?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you want the color to be at the bottom.
Okay. I always wonder how they made it separated like that. Like sometimes I see like 3 different colors in one glass, and I'm wondering like, how do it stay separated like that? But I guess it's the way you pour it.
Yes.
You just can't pour it right in there.
Yeah, you can't pour it right in because otherwise it'll just all mix up and
Okay.
disaster. Of course, you want to add the cherry on top too.
Okay. Well, it went to the bottom, but we can use toothpicks, but that's a big old glass, and it's a Jamaican glass, and it looks really, really
Is it
good.
pretty?
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, well, thanks. This is for me.
That's for you.
Oh, great. This is enough to knock you on your ass. I mean it.
Love it.
And it's really, really good. And I think if I finish this, I don't know if I can finish the show.
It'll take
So we'll be right back with another part of this tremendous, delicious meal that's about to be on my table. He's gonna go ahead and get the cabbage on and show y'all how to make some good cabbage. And I'm gonna leave it up to him the rest of the way.
Alright, so as you can see, we already got our water to temperature. We're gonna boil it. We got it boiling, and now that it's boiling, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in some garlic, chopped garlic. This is fresh garlic. This is not the bottle or anything like that. So you wanna go ahead and put your garlic in there. Okay, give it a nice little stir. We got some leftover onion from the chicken, and instead of tossing these out, just go ahead and put them in there. Just add a little bit more flavor. Okay. And you just want to give it a nice little stir. Alright, you want to give it a nice little stir. Get the aromatics from the garlic and the onion. Once you start smelling it, then that's when you know it's a good time to go ahead and start mixing in the cabbage. While that's cooking a little bit, we're gonna give it a little couple seconds. We're gonna come over to the rice. We measured out 2 cups of chicken broth. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our stove top on high. We're gonna add in the broth. Add in the broth here, and this rice will do its own thing. So what you want to do is, once it starts boiling, I'm gonna start my timer. We're gonna cook it for 18 minutes, and once that's cooked, we're actually gonna cut it off, keep it on the stove to cook it for an additional 5 on no heat, and that'll help the rice kind of get that sticky rice that you want, that consistency. That way, as far as display purposes go. So. We got our rice, we got our cabbage, so...
Now, let me ask you something about the rice. Is there a special kind of rice you use, or your favorite rice that you like to use? So, they could just buy like Minute Maid rice, or something like that, 5-minute rice, or just what's your special rice?
So, what I use is just short grain, white rice. It's the easiest, I think, to cook with. You can do Minute Maid rice, you can do it in the microwave, however you like to do it. Me personally, I just feel better whenever I make a home cooked meal. I like to do everything from scratch. So I make my rice fresh, very easy. A lot of people don't know how to make rice, which is why I'm telling you. All you need is 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, or chicken broth, however you want to do it. You don't need to season it. You can season it with some bouillon if you want to. However, we're not going to do that for the purpose of this video. And once that comes to a boil, then you want to start your timer, cut the heat to low, and put a top over it. You don't even need to stir.
And how long you say to let your rice cook?
So we're going to let the rice cook for 18 minutes with low heat. And once that settles, we're going to start set another timer for 5 and let that cook just as is.
So once the water boils down,
yep.
Then you know it's done. You just let it do what it do.
You let it do what it do. Don't need to stir.
Okay.
Otherwise, the rice, what'll happen is once you stir the rice, some portions of it won't cook all the way through. So you'll have some rice that's more clumpy, more rice that's more watery. You want to have the same consistency throughout your entire pot. So you follow those steps and you come up with perfect rice every time.
Okay, right. Now, as far as the cabbage goes.
So the cabbage, start to smell that garlic and onion. So we're gonna go ahead and start adding to the pot.
Okay.
So you don't want to dump the whole thing in. You just want to go ahead and gradually add it into the pot.
So how much water should a person put in there when you're doing cabbage?
So we have this water boiling already. We have 1 cup of water that we eyeball. However, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more to the pot just because some of the water did burn off. And just so we can have a nice thoroughly cooked cabbage. Our rice is boiling now. We're going to go ahead and get that cut down and put a top on it and just let it do its thing.
Just let it sit there.
Let it do its thing.
Off the fire?
Off the fire.
Okay.
We got 18 minutes and we're going to go ahead and put that on low heat and just throw a top on it. Because what you're going to do is basically be steaming the rice.
Okay. So I can tell he loves to cook because he's got a cell phone here with timers on it. So he's timing all his food, and I'm not saying that's not a good thing to do because it's a great thing to do. Because you always want to not overcook your food or undercook your food. So that's great.
So what I'm doing now is I'm just adding a little bit more water to the pot. I still got it on high heat. But once I get comfortable where it is, I'm going to cut it down and let it just cook on low heat. And about 5 to 10 minutes or so, we should come out with a product that we satisfy.
Well, I can say one thing, it's looking really good. It's really smelling magnificent. So, all of y'all out there who love to cook and really don't know how to cook cabbage, well, watch this man right here. And he's going to show you how to do it. And I can't wait for the Jamaican dish.
So now that we got a good portion of the cabbage in the water, I got it at a nice temperature. It's cooking at a nice rate. I'm gonna go ahead and add the soy sauce in that we already had pre-poured. This will give it a nice flavor to it. The cabbage is flavorful to begin with, but with the soy sauce, it just gives it an extra kick. And like I said, that's what we're shooting for whenever you're making a Jamaican dish. You want the food to scream at you. And that's literally what we're doing now. We're flavoring the water, we got our garlic, we got our onion in there, and we're gonna let this just come to a boil and let it do its thing. And about 5-10 minutes or so, we'll come back to it and check, see how our food is going.
So let me ask you something. Do you boil that with no hot top on it, or do you just leave it? You put a top on it later, or you don't put a top on it at all?
So it's really up to the viewers. Like I said, you can put a top over top of it. It'll give it just the same effect. It may cook faster. We're just gonna keep an eye on it.
Okay.
We're gonna keep the top off. We got it to a nice boil. I'm comfortable with this temperature. I don't think anything's gonna burn off. As you can smell already, the aromatic from the food is already starting to, come into the air. Okay. And that's what we're looking for.
Okay. Well, once this meal gets done, we're gonna put it on our kitchen table, and you guys gonna eat a great jerk meal, and it's gonna be magnificent. So when we come back, we will be eating with a fork. Okay, y'all, we back with the finishing touch, and we have drinks, and we have Jamaican jerk chicken. What else we cooked today?
So with the jerk chicken, like I said, we got our just our easy to make cabbage, seasoned to perfection. We also have a white rice that we spruced up with a little bit of butter.
Okay, and on your drinks, what did you do?
Nothing but the best Jamaican rum punch. We got some original clear rum. We added the original dark rum, the Malibu coconut rum, pineapple juice, and then we got the grenadine on the bottom.
Okay, you topped it off with a little cherry, right?
A little cherry on top.
Okay, now it's time for the best part of the show, and that's me digging in with my fork, because it's on my kitchen table now. So we're going to see what this thing made of. Well, I can tell it's real tender.
Right off the bone.
Really good.
There you have it.
This stuff is delicious. And now, I'm just gonna taste a little bit of this rice. And you cook this with soy sauce, right?
I cooked the cabbage with soy sauce. We made the rice plain.
You used
Chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
Chicken broth. However, you can use water. Just for the demonstration, we chose chicken broth.
This is so good. I'm gonna have to eat a whole bird. It tastes like this.
Appreciate it.
I want to at least try this drink out. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so delicious. Whoa, that drink is good and delicious. It makes me think I'm in Jamaica. So make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button below. Yeah, right there on the right hand side. And we're gonna be out of here because it's time to grub. So till next time, you in the kitchen cooking with Snow. Peace!
Plate in the kitchen, I won't even hesitate. In the kitchen, you gon' miss it if you late. In the kitchen, I cook a tender sirloin steak. In the kitchen, you got Snow in the kitchen. In the kitchen, I be frying up some chicken. In the kitchen, filet mignon on my plate. In the kitchen, check out the stuff that I can make. In the kitchen, call me chef.